for as long as I've been in real estate, which is 13 years now, just about, the amount of people who have a really good answer for the question, how's the market, is always, it shocks me how few people can answer that on an intelligent and quick level for their market, right? So what do most people say? Hey, John, how's the market? What do most people, oh, well, oh, it's crazy out there. Or, man, yeah, interest rates are still high. It's tough out there. Like, but how many people say, oh man, in Heartland where I live in my neighborhood, average sale price is up 10% this year. And we've got, 9 new listings on the market in the month of December, and whatever the answer is, right? But having a really good answer for the question, how's the market, I think is the baseline place to start. And if you have that answer, now you can go about on conversations, but you can put that in video, on social media, on updates. So I think you need to have a good answer for what's actually happening in the market from a national level. Let's talk about interest rates. Let's talk about new home builds. Let's talk about inventory on a national level, affordability issues, things like that. Then you need to be able to zoom in all the way into the neighborhoods that you work, and answer specifically what's happening. I live in a subdivision called Bark River Crossing, and I can tell you what's happening in Bark River in the 175 homes that make up my subdivision. I can tell you every house that's going on right now, what's been listed, what's been sold, what are the ratios. And so having that, hyper local knowledge is super important. So I think the actual market, but then I think what's happening in the community too. So I love the development over the last 10 years of, the well done ones, at least, these living in, YouTube channels. I think that's a great way. We're talking about the schools. We're talking about the new subdivisions that are going up. We're talking about, maybe highlighting some of the local businesses. But if you want to talk about local expertise, people go online and see you showing up at local businesses. They see you talking about the school systems, what's happening in local politics potentially. So get really involved. And if you find yourself, unable to decide where do you focus, then like there's your blueprint right now. Is you need to get smaller. If you say, hey, I'm going to focus in all 25 major areas of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where I live, that's never going to work, right? You need to pick where you're going to focus, and be the expert there. But it's never been easier too, right? With video, with some of the great tools that are coming out with AI, an agent who is truly a local expert can compete with anybody these days.
I love that. And as you were talking, going back into the content creation, marketing side of things, as you were talking about the importance of YouTube, which to me is foundational if you want to play this game for more than 3 years, is that you've got to have that YouTube presence. And it doesn't like, there's behemoths in my market. Listen, Alex Piak is the best example because there's behemoths in DFW, yet he'll make $500,000 off of his YouTube channel in the next 12 months. And so really being able to do that. And here's why I believe it's super important. And we're talking about things that don't change, but we're talking about, that positioning that's not going to change. But what will change, just with you staying consistent with positioning yourself as the go-to authority, is that you've got to create the evergreen content, which is the video that lives on YouTube, but also creating blogs and market updates and market statistics that you're feeding into the search engines, that is also being positioned to your database.